has been putting fashion in its place for 35 years with his annual Worst Dressed list. And now, after a 50-year career in Hollywood, he's giving a very candid look at himself with his new autobiography called From Rags to Bitches. Here is Mr. Blackwell. Hi, Mr. Blackwell.
How are you?
Pleasure to meet you.
Terrific.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We love him. Give him a hand.
It is a good band, yes.
Terrific.
Bill Gulino and his orchestra.
Love
Have a seat.
drums. That guy's cool.
He's a, well, they're all.
Brushes. Play a brush. Play a brush.
Play a brush. Play a brush.
Go ahead, Tony.
I'm not going to war. Play brushes. Sit down, Brian. How are you?
I'm great. You love music, don't you?
Yeah.
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 This.
These guys are wonderful.
Yeah, they're
Wonderful.
the best. That's why they're here. They're the best in the business. Now, you're a guy.
Shoot.
You know, most people are afraid to say what's really on their minds, but you never have been, or have you?
Never.
Never. You've
Never.
always said what you were thinking?
Ask anything you think, I won't answer. Go ahead. Shoot. Anything you think, I won't answer.
Well, I'm going to get to those
You
questions.
read the book.
I did read the book. Actually, I read...
Ask.
I read almost the whole book. I almost got through the whole thing, and there's some fascinating stuff in it. But before we get to that, I want to find out more about the way you think. Do you say what you think because you like the truth, or do you say what you think because you know that it's going to get some response from people?
Both. I like the truth, and I like the press. And people say, why do you do the list? Do you do it for publicity, or do you do it because you really believe it? Well, I really believe it, but wouldn't I be a fool to tell you that I didn't do it for some publicity? Of course I did. But do you know something? The stars love it.
Yeah.
They want to make that list.
I heard the agents actually call you and beg you to
Press
get the stars.
agents, anything at all. They want their client on that list. They get international publicity in less than one day, all over the world. If I put you on, you'd be on network. I mean, you could kiss this thing off. I mean, you could go.
Well, then what are you waiting
with your
for?
face, you could go.
What are you waiting for? I mean, I'd love to be on that list. But actually, what do you,
no.
What do you think? How do I look?
Well, a bit like a farmer. I mean, you look terrific for a farmer. But what happened to your tie? What happened to your tie?
I knew.
Wrong shirt, Brian, without a tie. I will not sit here and let you go without a tie. I'm going to give you my tie.
Okay.
I have one terrific shirt. Do you like the tie?
I do. Actually, it's going to work well with my... No,
it's going to look terrific on you.
Yeah, it's going to work with this.
Now you look worse.
All right.
I love
Actually,
this.
look at it on the TV.
This is wonderful.
This is screaming. This tie is way too loud for this, isn't it?
Is it? No, 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 no. It shouldn't match either.
It shouldn't match.
No, it shouldn't match. Go with it, but not match.
Okay.
Play some matching music.
Some matching music, all right. All right, while we're talking about the way I look, how am I doing?
Play some sexy music.
Play some sexy matching time music.
That's pretty good. Now you look great.
All right. There we go.
Now,
Is that better?
Wow.
Yeah, look, how's that?
Now, let me get you straightened out here. Let me get you straightened out here. Another Tyrone Power situation here. Yeah.
There.
Well, you're still...
There we go. Let me stand up here.
Yeah, you look a
second.
little better.
There we go. How's that? Little music, little fashion
Not
music.
a heck of a lot. Sit down. That's
that
good.
nice?
Tie's yours.
Tie's mine? Well,
Tie's
thank you
yours.
very much.
Enjoy.
Thank you. That's
Enjoy.
very nice.
I like this.
You have spent a whole career, though, kind of inventing yourself. You've really changed your image a number of different times. Have you ever wondered about whether or not you can live with the image that you actually create?
Always. Always worried about it.
Yeah.
Never was sorry, but there were times I really felt I had done it just a little bit different. Let me give you one example.
Okay.
The Worst Dressed list, which I'm more famous for. I would never hurt a soul. 1 year, a few years ago, I heard, before she passed away, I heard Judy Garland had tried to commit suicide. The list was about to break the next day. And I heard this. I came out for the press conference, and I begged the media, don't say a word about Judy.
She was on the list.
She was on the list. And do you know something? People say the media has no heart. They don't feel anything. Not one of them broke it. Not one of them said one word.
Wow.
And I stood there and I told the press, I cannot believe how incredibly human all of you are. And I applauded them, and they were wonderful. Now, Judy passed, and I regretted I had done it. Another one, another really good example, Carol Burnett. What would you say is her reaction to the list?
What would I think?
Yeah, what would you
think? I would think she would have a lot of fun with it.
Wrong. She cried. She cried. The minute she was told she made the list, she went in her dressing room, locked the door, and broke into tears. I felt awful about the whole thing. It bothered me. It really did bother me.
Sort of gives you a lot of power, though. Do you like that power?
Love it.
You do?
I love it. Power.
Now, when do you start working? When do you start working on this list? Are you working on next year's now? Is there anybody that already made the list that you can tell us?
Roseanne.
Roseanne already made the list.
Roseanne will make it.
Yeah.
Sure.
She made it last year.
If she is still around.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, she might know. Maybe she'll have 2 or 3 kids.
And just quit show business?
At one time.
And quit show business?
No, but what are you going to do with 3 kids in here? You got to give it up, you know? You got to give it up. No, Roseanne, maybe Madonna, and some new ones. I think Heather Locklear is a good contender.
Really?
For next year. Yeah, she made it this year.
Yeah.
Fran Drescher, loved it. Fell in love with the list. Loved it. She was the one that went all over the country telling everybody. Princess Di went to this great affair in New York, remember? A few months ago. And she looked down at Di and she said, honey, I want to tell you something. We both made Mr. Blackwell's list. But you're on the best. I made the worst. And let me tell you something, honey. You're on the wrong list. And everyone adored it, loved it, and she tells the story all over.
People love bad news. They don't want to hear the good stuff.
People are into negative.
Yes.
As long as you're not mean.
Yeah, that's kind of sad, though.
As long as you're not mean. If you're not mean, it's another story. And we will be right back with me. So don't go
actually,
away.
not yet. In a few seconds, we're going to be back with you. But when we do come back, I want to talk about your autobiography because, as you know, as I told you, I was reading it, and you have had one heck of a life. I mean, it's not only amazing, it's somewhat, it seems like life has been sort of cruel to you, even though you're a very famous person.
No.
No?
No.
All right, well, we're going to talk about when we come back, okay? Stay with us. Mr. Blackwell will be with us when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
This is America's Talking.
This portion of our program is sponsored by Fisher Favorites Tropical Fruit and Nut Mix. Is Fisher flavor? It's just plain nuts.
Your problems plus my solutions equals a happier world. So add it up. Ask Eugene weekdays only on America's Talking. Join the conversation. Whoa.
Our legal experts take your calls and comments on the Simpson trial.
Then, straight from the Country Music Awards, James House, and the author of 227 Secrets Your Dog Wants to Know.
That's tomorrow on Wake Up America with Bill McCuddy and Kay Kim.
AT in Depth is a different way of looking at the top stories, the news of the day, reports from the scene.
The difference.
Because we tell you why it happens. Only AT in Depth gives you greater understanding of the world. Chris Matthews.
You're taking on the whole history of man here.
The difference.
And Terry Anzer.
You're suggesting a bay of pigs with gifts instead of guns?
The difference.
Keep the conversation provocative and open.
I want to say something here.
AT in Depth is news with a difference. Only on America's Talking. Join the conversation.
Lots of snacks are just the same old taste, bite after bite. Come on, break loose with Fisher Nuts and Fruits. There's creamy cashews, sweet papaya, crunchy almonds. So every handful's different. And Fisher Nuts and Crunches with crispy peanuts, tortilla twists, and crunchy pretzels. Shake out another handful and shake up your taste buds all over again. Fisher Snack Mixes. The best bite is always the next bite.
What goes in your Ziploc storage bag?
Emergency camp rations.
A soggy mess.
My favorite midnight snack.
Some people put really important stuff in Ziploc bags.
Oh, I just came down to look.
That's because we put in tough, thick plastic. Wow! And the only zipper with tough gripping teeth you can feel locked tight. In 5 perfect sizes.
My first baking success.
Ziploc, it's all you need.
He has provided some of the most memorable and exciting moments in sports history. On May 20th, the Warrior, 2-time world heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield returns to the ring against merciless Ray Mercer, plus Hector Macho Camacho. Don't miss the next moment.
Sifford Pontiac GMC Truck, North Jersey's leading volume discount dealer. With Sifford's huge inventory of new Pontiacs and GMC trucks, you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And Sifford's finance and lease specialist will meet your budget. Sifford also offers quality pre-owned vehicles, too. You'll always get the part you need, and their expert service team does the job right the first time. Plus, Sifford's body shop is the largest in North Jersey. Sifford Pontiac GMC Truck. We make driving affordable. 250 West Fort Lee Road, Bogota.
Welcome back. We are here with Mr. Blackwell, and before we went to break, he gave me his tie. Very nice of you to do that.
I love it on you.
You don't like the, without a tie, it's not, I thought that was a hip look.
Yeah.
But I'm not hip enough to wear it.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, no, you're a good-looking guy. What do you want to sell out for?
Well, I'm not selling out.
You would be selling out if you went along with the dictates of fashion when it's wrong for you. Now, you have a guest coming on who's on the soaps who looks dynamite in a jacket and a pair of jeans. That's not for you.
Oh, so you have a different image of me, huh? See, maybe I have a different image of myself.
Yeah, you look a lot like Harvard.
Oh, God.
I mean, a lot like
And I have
Harvard.
the intellect of Harvard, too. I want you to know
I
that.
noticed. Yeah, terrific. Go ahead.
I want to talk about your early years. A lot of people don't realize that you were a contract actor, player in the early days of Hollywood. You struggled a lot in Hollywood, and you've been there.